I think many of us have had our fair share of low pay and scratchy uniform jobs, and I'm here to tell you some stories from the worst minimum wage job I ever had. And before any of you pass judgment, this was my very first job, so I still wasn't very confident when it came to quitting. So when I hit the ripe age of 15, I started driving, and my parents told me that if I wanted to drive, I needed to have a job so I could afford the expenses like gas and insurance. So I hopped on Google and searched places that hire 15-year-olds. My options were pretty much corporate Papa's Freezeria or the coal mines, and I'm claustrophobic, so scooping ice cream it is. My first couple days on the job were just orientation, and let me tell you, it was the worst orientation I've ever had. It was an 8-hour process of watching videos and answering questions like, if someone is screaming at you, what is the correct way to handle that situation? And the answers would be like, say sorry, disassociate, call a manager, scream back. And while you're just trying to decide if the answer is A or C, you know that you really just want to... And if the orientation videos weren't bad enough, the computer was also right next to the freezer, so anytime someone would go in or out, I'd have to spend the next 10 minutes defrosting. After that grueling process came to an end, it was time to take my first couple baby steps into the world of capitalism, and that's when I got hit with my first Karen. On the menu, we had 3 options for scoops, and each scoop of ice cream was around 6 ounces, but since we didn't have a scale, the management just told us to make a right angle in the ice cream bin, and the scoop would be around the right amount. So this guy came in and he said he wanted a double scoop and a cone, and after preparing the ice cream and trying to hand it to him, he said, well, aren't you gonna weigh it first? I told him that we didn't have a scale, and he started yelling at me and calling me a liar and how this generation was becoming lazy and rude, and asked to speak to my manager. So I called the team lead over and he just started screaming at them too, and she asked him to leave. I wish I was making that up. I genuinely don't know what happened there. I think another aspect as to why the job felt so odd was that there was a lot more drama than normal between the employees. There was a lot of cheating and home wrecking, and the management having obvious favorites and only scheduling people that they liked working with. But I think the worst issue is just how freaky everyone is. I'm still scarred by this one specific shift where I was working in the drive-thru window, and behind the drive-thru there was a small parking lot where the employees were supposed to park. And due to it being a slow day, I was looking outside and I saw one car parked in that parking lot. And all I can say is the windows were not tinted and I saw things that I should not have seen. The worst part is that the people in the car were in fact my coworkers, and after a few minutes went by, they just both walked inside the building ready to go to work, and all I could do is just pretend that I didn't see that. I have so many other stories from this job, but I'm honestly worried that if I were to share them here, the video would get taken down, so I guess I'm just gonna have to save those for another time. Also, fun fact, my first animation was made at this store during my breaks, and it may or may not have been an animatic of Mordetwai to the song Airplanes by B.O.B. Please don't judge me. But anyway, I love you, and I hope that your first days back at school are going great and that you're not failing too many tests. And you should drink water and stay safe. Okay, bye.